We're very fortunate today to have a young lady come speak to us. Abigail Smile. She is a foster parent recruiter at Hope Tree Family Services. At the end of the service today, she's got a booth set up back. Please go back and look at it. It's got a lot of information. And she's here to speak about her role in the churches, how that we can become more accepting, accept foster children, and also to open our homes up to these children. She is originally from New Hampshire. She went to Taylor University, which is out in Indiana, got her Bachelor of Science degree in Christian education and literature. Addition to that, she went to ECU, Master's in Social Work. She has been a youth minister. She's been a lobbyist. She's active in General Assembly of Virginia for education of family churches. Also, she has 2 teenage daughters. She enjoys cooking, gardening, reading, spending time with children. I have a feeling the cooking, gardening, and reading is over the door. I think 2 beautiful teenage daughters spending time with reading. That's it. But she does have a busy schedule, and we do thank her a lot for coming out today.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here today. I'm really excited to share with you. Let's go to God's Word first. If you'll turn with me to Matthew, we're going to be looking at chapter 25, starting at verse 31. So this is the word of the Lord. When the Son of Man comes in his glory, and all the angels with him, he will sit on his glorious throne. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate the people one from another, as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right and the goats on his left. And the king will say to those on his right, "Come, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance, the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you invited me in. I needed clothes, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you looked after me. I was in prison, and you came to visit me." Then the righteous will answer him, "Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? And when did we see you a stranger and invite you in, or needing clothes and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and go to visit you?" The king will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." Then he will say to those on his left, "Depart from me, you who are cursed, into eternal fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger, and you did not invite me in. I needed clothes, and you did not clothe me. I was sick and in prison, and you did not look after me." They also will answer, "Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty or a stranger or needing clothes or sick or in prison and did not help you?" And he will reply, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me." Then they will go away to eternal punishment, but the righteous to eternal life. Let's pray. Lord, may the words of my mouth and the meditation of all of our hearts be acceptable in your sight, O God, our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. I'm with Hope Tree Family Services.
It's great because you're like that.
Familiar with us. We're a mission partner through BGAB. We're 125 years old. We started back in the 1890s as a Virginia Baptist orphanage. And we were started by just a small group of pastors who saw a need to care for children who didn't have families. In the last over 125 years, we've grown, we've changed. We have many, many services for children and families. We have services for adults with intellectual disability, as well as programs for children who can't be cared for by their biological families. So this morning I want to share with you something I'm really passionate about. I want to share with you about our foster care ministry. But let's first talk about this passage in Matthew that we read, the sheep and the goats. This might be one of my favorite stories.
Locomotive.
I love how when Jesus talks to the sheep, he turns to the sheep in this story and he says, "I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty, you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, you invited me in. I was sick and you cared for me. I was in prison, you visited me." And I love the sheep's response to this, because they weren't doing this to earn brownie points with God. They weren't going around See,
Rocks?
these sheep knew who they are in God's eyes. They know how loved they are by God. They know how much God has given them and poured into them. And it's just natural for sheep to go out and do these things. You know, when they see a need, they just go meet it because they know that God's met their needs. They know they're loved by God, and they see people in need and know that those people are loved by God, and just know that it's their natural response.
Let's make
And so
a
we
tower
have
boat.
Jesus' response in the story as the sheep are puzzled.
A tower
and
boat.
they're saying, I don't know what you're talking about,
Let's make
Jesus. When did we see
a
you
tower
hungry
boat.
or thirsty or need? And he says, whatever
With a
you
blue
do
flag.
for the least of
It's
these
a tower.
brothers and sisters of mine,
It's a
you
tower
do for
boat.
me.
With a blue
So
flag.
who are the least of
It's a
these? I
tower
want to
boat.
give you one category of who are the least of these. I want to talk a little bit about the children I work with. So the least of these, it might be the child who's been abandoned because her parents can't care for her any longer. It might be the child who lives in an unsanitary and otherwise unoccupied building until Child Protective Services comes in and finds him. It might be the child whose only understanding of love is associated with violence. It might be the child who has suffered more horrors than you and I could ever imagine. It might be the child who never gives up hope that there's a family out there that can love
And
them.
a wire clock. So
It
then,
might be the child who gets up
Let's
out of
make
bed
a wire
every
clock.
day and tries his best, even though there's so much stacked against him.
it's
These are the
just
children
make a tower
who
boat.
I see the eyes of Jesus. And these are the children that so desperately need to know that there is a God out there that loves them unconditionally. So I want you to think about family, your family for a minute. Let's talk about families. There's no family that's perfect, right? All families made up of people, and all people are flawed. And so we all have some level of sin and dysfunction in our family. But I believe that at its core, God designed family to be a reflection of our relationship with Him. When you think about it, a child first learns that they can trust God because they can trust their parents, right? And a child first learns that they are loved
Excuse me,
unconditionally by God
you're biting
because
my
the way their
butt.
parents love them. And we learn to give and receive grace in the context of family.
Yeah.
We learn who we are in God's eyes by the way our parents love us.
And long.
And
I like it.
unfortunately, there are so many children in this
Oh.
world
I like it.
who don't have a family
Yeah,
that they can
rhythm,
love those
short
truths.
and long.
And sure, there are
I
children
like it.
worldwide in other countries, but I'm talking also about children right here in Virginia, children right here in your community, children who need to know that they are loved by God. So children come to us through foster care. They've been removed from their biological family because their family can't care for them for whatever reason. Many of them have experienced some sort of abuse or neglect. Many have been through some tough stuff, but whatever it is, they're in need of a home and of a family and of love. And we think it's really important that when a child comes into foster care, to keep them in that one home while they're in care. So I want to tell you a little bit about our success rate in that. But first, when you look at foster care statewide, when you take the whole state of Virginia and all of foster care, 35% of kids in Virginia have one home while they're in care. That means 65% of kids are moved around from home to home to home. And studies show that that's detrimental to a child as far as their ability to grow emotionally, physically, spiritually, developmentally. They need that one family. They need that stability for development in all areas of life. So at Hope Tree, 93% of our kids have one home while they're in care, compared to the state's rate of 35%. And that's part of it is because we have a really extensive matching process. We train our families, we do an intense screening home study, get to know our families, get to know what type of child's going to best fit in their home, and then we get to know our children. We get to know what kind of family they would best be raised in, and we make that match. And then once the child's in the home, we come around that family and we give them the support that they need in order to care for the child, to make sure that they can stay in that one home while they're in care. I love this quote from a foster mom. I want to share this with you, and this just shows the dedication of our foster parents. She says, "If I did not love each baby and child from the minute I touched him or her, as if they are my own, with total abandon, with my whole heart and soul, God would not have called me into this ministry. These children don't need another mother who is detached. They have already experienced loss. They need a mother who will throw open her heart, throw open her arms, and embrace them with a love that changes everyone and everything it touches." And isn't that the kind of love that God gives us? that love that changes everyone and everything it touches. That's what we as sheep received, that intense love from Christ, that unconditional love. And that's what God calls us to pour out to others, a love that changes everyone and everything it touches. I've had people ask me, doesn't it hurt to love a child that may not grow up in your home? Yeah, the answer is yes. It absolutely does. And I've heard it said that foster parents experience the pain of love so a child can experience the joy of love. Our foster parents pour out themselves, their hearts, their homes, their love, to give a child that stability and support that they need for the time of foster care. You might be asking, why wouldn't a child grow up in their home? Well, when children first come to us, the main goal is that they return home to their biological families. So let me ask you this, by a show of hands, how many here are parents? Is anybody who's a parent in the room? Okay. Keep your hand up if you're the perfect parent and never made a mistake. Yeah, put my hand down too. We all make mistakes as parents, right? There's no such thing as a perfect parent. And the biological families of these children have made some mistakes. And they've been some pretty serious mistakes. Mistakes that have made it so their home can't be safe for their child temporarily. But just like you and me, they need God's grace. And they need the ability to make that situation right again. So the biological parents of our kids are working on what they need to work on to make their home safe again, while the children are in foster care. And so that main goal is that they would be able to return home once their parents can make their home safe again. I had a foster dad tell me this great story. He had a little boy come into his home. The little boy was 8 years old. And this little boy had some really intense needs and struggles, and this foster dad just poured into this little boy and loved him and supported him. He was in that home for a little less than a year, and then he was able to go back to his biological family. And the foster dad stayed in touch with the little boy. And 10 years later, that foster dad was invited to the young man's high school graduation. And even though the foster dad had never met the extended family, when he showed up at that graduation, all of that young man's aunts and uncles and grandparents came up and thanked him. They knew exactly who he was. And they said, this young man would not be where he is today without you. It was 10 years ago. It was less than a year this little guy was in this man's home. But they all recognized, you have made a lasting difference in the life of this child. And they thanked him for that. And so I always tell foster parents, no matter how long the child is in your home, whether it's 5 days or 5 years, or whether you adopt, it's a lifetime, you're making a lasting difference in the lives of these children. If the child can't return home, if that's not an option, we look at relatives. We see if there's anyone in the biological family who can possibly take that child long term, whether it's an aunt, uncle, grandparent, cousin. And if that's not an option, we look at adoption. And so many of our foster families have adopted some of the children that have been in their care, and that's a great way to grow a family. Some of our foster parents are older, they're retired couples or retired individuals that may not be able to commit to a child for a lifetime, and that's fine too. But for families that are looking to grow their home and to adopt, many of our families have adopted children. So that's been really neat to see. Unfortunately, for our kids who don't get adopted and can't return home, they age out of foster care. In Virginia, we just recently passed a law this last General Assembly session that extends the age from 18 to 21. So now children can stay in foster care until they're 21, which is still not ideal for them to have to be on their own at that point, but it's better than at 18. I don't know about y'all, but I would not have been ready to be on my own at 18. And I came from a very stable, loving, supportive family. But if they said, you know what, it's your 18th birthday, you're on your own, congratulations, good luck, be an adult, be successful, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And that's what happens to a lot of these kids when they don't have that permanent family connection. Is that they're expected to be out on their own, they're expected to be in the world. So we look for families that will commit to these children and commit to caring for them, supporting them, and loving them no matter what that end goal is going to be. And we offer a lot of support to our families. A lot of people say, oh, that sounds really hard, that sounds really scary. To take a child into your home and care for them. But we do come around that family and offer them a lot of support. We have case managers that check into the home, make sure that everybody's getting their needs met. We have 24/7 on call, which is, there's always someone answering the phone, day, night, weekends, holidays, whenever there's an emergency. We have training for our foster families and ongoing training, support groups, and groups for children. We have regular respite care, which all of our foster families get a break 1 weekend a month. And then we also have some financial reimbursement to help offset the You know that if you have more than one child or if you grew up with siblings, they're not always playmates. You know, we want to make sure that that the personalities are going to mesh all right and everything, but they're not always going to be entertainment for your biological children. What foster care is it's providing a safe and stable family for a child in need. It's all about that child who needs a home, who needs someone to take care of them. It's about meeting the needs of a child. It's an expression of God's love. It's a way that we can give back when we realize God has given me so much. I'm so fortunate, and I want to give back out of that overflow of what God has given me. And it's a life-changing experience. So the question to ask yourself isn't, do I want or do I need another child in my home? It's really, could I provide a safe and loving home for a child in need? My brother and sister-in-law are foster parents. I want to tell you about my nephew because he is really my role model in this. My nephew was just a few weeks shy of turning 4 years old when they got their first foster care placement. They were having 2 little boys that were going to come live with them. And so my brother and sister-in-law took my niece and nephew and sat them down and said, the best they could explain to small children, you know, these little boys can't stay with their family right now. They're going to come stay with us. And we don't know how long they're going to be here, but they're going to be here as long as they need to be until their family can take care of them again. And they were going to be sharing my nephew's room with him. So there were 2 extra beds set up in my nephew's room. So this little, almost 4-year-old boy hears that these little boys are going to come. They're going to share his room with him. You know, they're going to live with a family. He went upstairs to his room, and he took his favorite toys and divided them into thirds, put a third on each bed. And he said, this is for the big one, this is for the little one, this is for me. A 4-year-old could share everything he had with children in need. And like I said, he's my role model. If a 4-year-old can do that, we as adults can share with children in need. But I don't want to pressure anyone today. I really and truly believe that foster care is a calling. And there's lots of ways to respond. I love that children's sermon. You know, knowing is not an action. Now you know. Now you know about foster care. Now you know about the need. And let me give you some ideas of some actions if God is calling you to be involved in some way. The first way is the obvious, full-time foster care. That's to become a foster parent, to open your home to a child in need. There's no age limit. You know, we have people in their early 20s who do this, all the way up to people in their 70s and 80s. As long as you're healthy enough to care for a child, you're never too old. You could be single or married. It's okay if you have children, biological children. It's okay if you don't have children. It's okay if your children are grown and moved out. It's okay if you work full-time. It's okay if you're stay at home, you know. So we're looking for all types of families to be foster families. You could be a respite parent. So I told you that we give our foster parents a break every month, a weekend off, because we know it's really, really challenging to care for a child that hasn't been born to you. And so our children go to what we call respite home, to respite care, 1 weekend a month. So families that are interested in doing this will be matched to a child, you know, that they would have come to their home 1 weekend a month. It works around your schedule. And you're someone in that child's life that's just building into them, loving them, supporting them. And the kids, most of our young kids, they just think it's like a sleepover. They don't realize it's about their foster parents getting a break. They're like, oh, this other family loves me so much. I'm going for a sleepover at so-and-so's house. So that's a great way to be involved in the life of a child. Another way is to support a foster or adoptive family. You know, in a church this size, there may be 1 or 2 families that want to be involved in this, that want to be a foster parent, and they need the whole congregation to come around them and support them. Bring them meals when they have a child placed in their home. Offer to babysit. Just call and ask how you can pray for them. Offer to do yard work or laundry as things get busy for them. It's just, they need the whole church to come around and love as these children come into the children's ministry, the youth ministry of the church, welcoming the children in. Giving this information to others. That's another great way to be involved. You may not be called to this yourself. You may know this isn't the right time for this for you, but you have no idea who in your life, a friend, a neighbor, a relative, a coworker, who might feel called to be part of this. Like I said, my brother and sister-in-law are foster parents, and they, about a year after I started working in foster care, they came to me and said, you know what, we feel like we're called to this, because we hear you talking about kids who need families. And at that time, they had 2 young biological children. I didn't think that they were going to want to be foster parents. I wasn't trying to recruit them. But they said as we hear about it, we realize that God is calling our family to be involved. So as you talk about it in your networks, as you bring it, the information to work, into your neighborhoods, to your families, you never know who might feel called as they hear about it. And I do have information in the back. I would love for you to stop by and pick up some information for yourself or for someone else to bring back. Another way is donations. To donate either money or material goods, suitcases, backpacks, school supplies, pajamas, for our kids when they first come into care. And the last way, and this is what I believe is the most important way, and the way you all can be involved, is to pray. Pray for our children, pray for our foster families, pray for adopted families, pray for the biological families of kids in foster care, pray for those of us who work with children in foster care. And don't just pray today because you're hearing it, but make a commitment to pray regularly for these kids. Because I believe that God wants to do a great work in the lives of these children, and it starts when we're on our knees in prayer on their behalf. I want to close with a quick story. So, like I said, we match children to families, and we try to make it a good match. And so we get to know our families really well through the certification process, and when we have the opportunity, we also interview our children. And we want to know what our children want in a family. So we ask them questions and try to get to know them to match them to the right home. The very first time I was ever involved in one of these interviews was with an 11-year-old girl, and she was living in a group home. And a group home, they're great for what they do. It's usually 8 to 10 kids in a home. They have staff that are there around the clock to supervise in 8 or 12-hour shifts. But it's not a family. It's not a home. It's not a permanent place for children. And this little girl had been waiting for about 8 or 9 months. She had been just there waiting for a family. So we're asking her questions. Do you want siblings? Do you want pets? What's important to you in a family? Do you want to live in the city or the country? And this little girl just kept saying, I don't know, I don't care. And at first I thought, she's not that invested in this. She doesn't care. And then she looked at us and she said, I don't have specifics. I just want a mom and a dad who will love me and respect me. And I got in my car and I sobbed after that interview. Because I realized that this little 11-year-old girl could say, all I need in life are parents who love me and respect me, and she didn't have that. That's all they need. So I'm asking you today, is God nudging you? Could you be that mom or dad? Could you be involved in some way? Could you open your home to a child in need? Is God calling you to pour out in this way to the least of these? I want to close with this prayer. This is a prayer that a colleague shared with me, and it's a prayer as we pray for all children here in our community and worldwide. I think it's just really relevant. So if you'll just pray with me. Lord God, we pray for children who sneak popsicles before supper, who erase holes in math workbooks, who can never find their shoes. And we pray for children who stare at photographers from behind barbed wire, who can't bound down the street in a new pair of sneakers, who never counted potatoes, who are born in places we wouldn't be caught dead, who never go to the circus, and who live in an X-rated world. We pray for children who bring us sticky kisses and fistfuls of dandelions, who hug us in a hurry and forget their lunch money. And we pray for those who never get dessert, who have no safe blanket to drag behind them, who watch their parents watch them die, who can't find any bread to steal, who don't have any rooms to clean up, whose pictures aren't on anybody's dresser, and whose monsters are real. We pray for children who spend all their allowance before Tuesday, who throw tantrums in the grocery store and pick at their food, who like ghost stories, who shove dirty clothes under the bed and never rinse out the tub, who get visits from the tooth fairy, who don't like to be kissed in front of the carpool, who squirm in church and scream in the phone, whose tears we sometimes laugh at and whose smiles can make us cry. And we pray for those whose nightmares come in the daytime, who will eat anything, who have never seen a dentist, who aren't spoiled by anybody, who go to bed hungry and cry themselves to sleep, who live and move but have no being. We pray for children who want to be carried and for those who must, for those we never give up on and for those who don't get a second chance, for those we smother and for those who will grab the hand of anybody kind enough to offer it. Lord God, we know you love each and every one of these children far more than we could ever imagine. We pray for all of these children today.